back to work
I
here.
don't think. Do we hear Chris?
I heard him. He said something, I think.
Yeah, I'm here.
Good. All right, so at the top of our order looks like Genie. Let's start off there. As the
Okay.
two creatures emerge from the mirrors as the light turns blue.
Evelyn on deck.
All right. I am going to
Time for the Kmart Blue Light Special.
move the protector turret over to Eevee, and then hold my action to Fire Blast. Firebolt, excuse me. Fire Blast is a different. That's wow. Firebolt
That's Pokemon.
Oh yeah. Lots of
That's
things.
magic.
God. I'm gonna firebolt the first one of the mirror creatures that steps out into the main hall here.
Okay.
All right.
Who's
EV
next?
with horse.
Steady aim, kill Mirror Hag.
Okay. Let's see if you can. You got to do a lot of damage to kill this creature outright.
Well, it does a 30 hit.
The 30 hits. It's a good start.
Okay. See if I roll well. That looks pretty good. Yeah, that's going to be 34 points of magical piercing.
Okay. Is that your final attack for the round?
Can Victor even attack one of these two guys if I give him an attack?
If he can draw me a line from the corner of his square that doesn't go through a wall.
Yes?
Yeah, he can attack from there.
Victor, you won't get a sneak attack, but you could go ahead and make an attack if you want.
So before he does that, let's resolve your Constitution saving throw.
Sure. Sure. 13.
13's not good enough.
Okay.
17 points of necrotic damage.
17. Ow.
Because
Well,
you dealt a
we'll
lot of
take-
damage to it.
Well, I only take half of that,
Correct?
and I have 10 hit points.
And Victor, you can use your reaction to throw your psychic knife.
Oh. Sure, I got some 10 HP.
Everybody's got 13.
Is it 21 hit?
Sure does.
Watch out, big numbers coming through. 9 points of psychic damage.
Make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
That's a fail.
Fails, so you're going to take 4 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, 4. You gonna be okay?
For the moment.
And Evie, moving or staying put?
I'll stay here. I want them to attack me. I'm the one with necrotic resistance.
Good. Who's next?
Looks like Orson,
Sorry, we got
followed
Orson
by
with Victor.
Victor. Trouble selecting everything on the table again. Gosh.
He loves Control A.
The best keyboard shortcut, let's be honest.
I'm partial to Alt F4.
What does that do?
Orson is going to occupy this. He's going to dash to occupy this space.
Okay.
Oh.
McDohl, did that really just happen?
It did.
Oh my god.
What?
I have not seen that happen since the IRC days. What?
I thought it would get,
Oh my god.
Honestly, I thought that it would pop up, are you sure you want to exit thing.
I just got McDohl with, what does Alt F4 do?
No, I got myself with what's Alt F4 do.
How old are you?
Oh,
I don't want to talk about it, Destil.
that did my heart
I've been
so
falling for
much
that.
good.
I don't think I've ever fallen for that, but like maybe when I was a middle schooler.
I'm so happy. McDohl, thank you for that. That was a beautiful gift you've given me this day. I'm sorry, whose turn was it?
Oh, Orson's turn is over.
Orson's turn is over.
Victor. Victor's turn.
It is Victor's turn.
I did check to make sure that I wasn't next on initiative when I did that.
Victor's gonna steady aim.
Okay.
And he's gonna hit this guy again.
Sure.
Oh, I thought Tabletop Simulator would be like, hey, are you sure you want to exit?
Yeah, you'd think it would give you a prompt.
I almost exited, so I don't feel too bad. It's a 28 hit.
28 does hit,
Did,
yes.
did you roll your second die in case you crit?
No, I did not.
Might as well.
That's not gonna be a crit.
We should call this episode Alt F4.
F4 is in chat.
Da, 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 da.
That would be a good
How
thing
does
for the
36
finals.
points of sonic damage sound?
36 sounds good to me. Why don't you give me a Constitution saving throw, please?
I don't want to.
You better. I mean, you can auto fail if you want.
No. 14.
14. That's not going to do it. 18
No.
points of necrotic damage.
Ow.
You have 10 hit points.
Not anymore.
All right. And Victor is staying put there. Who's next?
Edmont.
I'm gonna step here. Yeah, I'm gonna step there.
Okay.
And I'm gonna strike twice with a whip.
Okay.
How does a 12 do?
12 does not hit.
I figured as much. How about a 14?
14 will not hit.
Okay. Key point to... Wait, what's the turn order look like? Yeah, key point dodge.
Key point dodge.
Yep.
Got
Okay.
greenies with, or I think they're blueies this time,
I'm still using a green token, though.
with Ekon on deck.
And Genie has a held action for when one of them steps into the hallway, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's not happening this turn.
Yeah, I know. I figured.
Evie,
Yes.
I have a 24 to hit.
That will hit.
Ooh. 20 points of necrotic damage.
I would like to have that, sir.
Very good.
I only take 5.
Edmondo.
You're rolling at disadvantage, homie.
I am rolling at disadvantage. Ugh. Ugh. It's going to be a 14 to hit.
Nope.
So it will not, as the creature step forth from the mirrors and reach out at you. Who's next?
Next up, we've got Ekon with Bedros. So, bonus action. Let's bring the Hammer of Air down on this one. That'll hit an armor class of 18,
18 will hit.
dealing 12 force damage.
Okay. And is Ekon
Then
staying put?
I still have an action.
Okay.
And as my action, I am going to cast. Who's up next? Genie. Then I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on this one at level 1. So that hits an armor class of 16.
16 will hit.
3d6 to start, right? 46. So that'll deal a total of 15 radiant damage, and the next person to attack that creature has advantage.
Okay, go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
That's a natural 1.
Ooh, okay. So you're going to take 8 points of necrotic damage.
Yep.
As half the damage from the guiding bolt reflects back at you.
That's the end of Ekon's turn. Bedros will dodge. Genie with Evie.
Which one do I have advantage on?
The one next to Evie.
Next, your sister.
Okay, well, in that case... Firebolt. Oof, that was almost a crit. Shame. Does a 21 hit?
Sure does.
Okay. Uh, 16 points of fire damage.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw.
No.
No. So 8 points of necrotic damage as your firebolt reflects. Moving or staying put?
I'm going to pulse my turret just a second. Let me... It's going to move in the same space. We have two things that do not occupy their space in the same space. And it's going to pulse. If that's a 7, awesome. So if you have less than 12 hit points, me, Orson, Edmont, and Evie.
Cool.
So, yep, you have 12 tempo points.
All right.
Cool.
Who's next?
We've got Evie with Orson.
Okay, neither of these things count as my ally, so I'm going to have to steady aim against this one. But I will allow Victor to also attack. Let's see here. Ooh, that's a 20.
Good
Natural
job.
20.
Yeah, now you gotta pass the saving throw.
Well,
well,
kill it. If you
pass
kill
that
it, there's no
saving.
save.
well, let me have this. I can cut it in half, and it's going to be necrotic, so it's not going to be that bad. More. This is a lot of dice. This is probably going to be the most damage Evie's ever going to do, and she's going to end up doing most of it to herself. All right, that's going to be 47 points of magical piercing to the hag.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, this is exactly how dice work and how dice land.
All dice are beautiful, McDohl.
You know what? I'm using my reaction to try to re-roll this, because let's just see if I can just block it all. 15?
15 passes.
Okay.
So 47 damage applied to my innocent monster who did nothing wrong.
And Victor may also attack.
It is bloodied, and now Victor can attack.
And Evie did not take any damage from the backlash.
That is a 24 hit.
Sure does.
Does Victor kill himself?
Let's find out.
It's 31 points of sonic damage.
Okay, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
God damn you.
What is that?
That's going to be a big fat 11.
Ooh, big fat 11.
Take a +5 with my last flash of genius.
That's a 16.
All right, 16 passes.
I
Minus
probably should have
31.
saved that, but we'll see.
Pretty
I've got
severely
blips.
bloodied at this point. Victor, moving or staying? It's not your turn. It's Evie's turn.
That was our action.
And I steady aim, so that's...
You
the
steady
end of
aim,
Evie's
so you're at
turn.
the end. All right, who's next?
She feels pretty good about that turn. It was a unusual alchemy of all of her abilities coming into play at once.
I thought I had one more flash of genius, but I thought I had 2, and I only got 1. So, but I opened my mouth. So it's
Destil,
late.
it's whose turn?
Orson, right?
Orson?
Orson is going to vitamin W, because for warrior, right?
Sure.
That works, okay.
This guy. All right, Spear 1 is a crit because he crits on a 19.
All right.
Wait, does he crit on a 19? Hold on. That is actually something I need to check. Can somebody check that? I'll just roll the.
I think you have the stat block.
I do. Hold on. I'm bringing. I've got too many tabs open.
Are you one of these people who opens up like 70 tabs at once?
Yeah, he has improved critical.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
I have.
Treble.
So that is a crit. That is 2d6 plus 5. First hit. That's low. 8 points. Second stab is a natural 1.
Gross.
And the butt is a crit.
Okay.
So that is 1,
Critical butt damage.
5. That is 10 butt damage. So
All
that's 18 total damage.
Go ahead and give me that Constitution saving throw for Orson, please.
Orson passes.
All right, so 18 points to the monster. I feel like I could have done that math in my head, but I didn't. Is he moving or staying put?
Orson's fine.
All right, who's next?
Next up, we've got Victor with Edmont.
Yeah, so... Gonna use my bonus action this time to switch the Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
Give me that extra d6 to try and kill myself. And let's see what a dagger does. Oh, I wish I critted on an 18. Does a 28 hit?
28 does hit. I don't think anything crits on an 18.
Does the champion fighter crit on an 18?
No, crits on an 19.
Those are big dice. How does 45 points of psionic damage sound?
Sounds like enough, actually.
Yeah, we schooled that one.
It dies and the mirror cracks.
And champion fighters actually do crit on 18 at level 15.
Oh, do they? Okay.
That's right. I remember, Brickard. You told us the story about how you thought you were critting on an 18 for a long time.
That's right, with Large Tom. I thought it was 18, and then I got to like level... That's right, we leveled up to 15. I'm like, oh, I've been doing that wrong for weeks. I'm a bad player. I'm a great DM. You never want me to play at your table. I'm infuriating.
And confirm. Anyway.
I didn't want you to agree with me, jeez. Who's next?
I think it's me.
Yep.
No. Good. Vitamin other W. The other mirror hag. That's a 13 to hit.
13 will not hit.
How about a 29?
That'll hit.
What is this dice? That's an 11. That's 11 slashing damage.
Okay.
And key point, flurry of blows. If I'm gonna make that saving throw, I'm just gonna go all out for it. That's a 28 to hit
That'll hit.
for 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And a 25 to hit
Also hits.
for another 10 points bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Is that your final
So-
attack?
That is my final attack, sir.
Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
How about an 8? I'm sorry, a 7.
A 7. That's not going to do it.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and take 15 points of necrotic damage.
The dice seem extra floaty today.
They do.
I didn't change
Maybe.
anything.
Tabletop Simulator updated their physic.
They're the one physic that they have. Is that it for Edmondo?
Yeah, that's it for me, yes.
All right, who's next?
Green with Ekon.
Simo El Mondo.
Edmondo. Edmont.
Sir.
Who's got fewer hit points, you or Orson?
Well, we're both at max.
Okay, who has fewer?
No. Edmont has Edmont's 92 of 99.
Orson has less hit points. His max is 79. He has 13 temp hit points.
Oh, okay.
So
temp HP doesn't count.
well, you know,
It's not real. I have a 22 to hit Orson.
that's his AC. Congratulations,
All
you
right.
win a booby prize.
I do like
Can't
boobies.
say booby on screen.
Okay. 666. That's a good roll. It's going to be 18 points of necrotic damage for good old Orson as
Not
the creature
my
reaches out
Christian
and
Minecraft
touches
server.
him.
Okay, so 5 of that spills over out off his temp hit points.
Okay. Yeah, as the creature just reaches forward and touches him, and that's it for the creature's turn.
That'd be Ekon. And Beldros.
This poor guy's about to get pooped on.
I can move to here. Or move the Hammer of Aaron. Take a swing. That'll hit an armor class of 21.
That'll hit.
Hammer deals 16 force damage.
Said 16, and this is
Yep.
nothing to reflect it on.
And then yeah, actually I'm gonna need a dexterity 18 saving throw against Sacred Flame.
That's a big fail.
Okay, no cover. Not that matters. So that'll be 21 radiant damage.
Okay, go ahead and pass your Constitution saving, please.
I got a +2, I think. There we go. Okay.
So the full damage goes through.
That's the end of Ekon's turn. Beldross will move and dodge. And then we
We will-
got Genie.
We learn.
All right. Genie is going to step into this, and we are going to shoot. It's a 25 hit.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to roll these 3d10s and this d8. And that is 23 points of fire damage.
Okay. Go ahead and pass your con save. DC's 15.
No.
No. So you can take 11 points of necrotic damage from the reflection.
Okay, and then bonus action, turret.
Edmont crushed the turret when he stepped on it. Like
Oops,
it's under somebody's boot, just like.
Okay, so if everybody within 10 feet of Genie's square has, because that's where the turret is.
Oh, Genie stepped on the turret.
Yeah, no. So that'd be Genie, Evie, Edmont, Orson, and Victor,
Sorry.
and Ekon. Everybody gets 12 temporary hit points.
Not Beldross.
Well, yeah, Beldross is not people.
Wow.
He's our friend.
Dang.
It's not his fault that he went insane and tried to kill us.
So, you know,
Who's next?
He's been through a lot.
that's the end of my turn. So 12 temp hit points to everybody.
You get 12 hit points. You get 12 hit points. I think it's my turn.
It is.
All right, steady aim. Throw a knife at Hag. That's another 20.
Yeah.
You got to go real high though to kill
Yeah.
it. This one's
Well-
not bloodied yet.
This is a thrown knife, so I actually need different dice.
Okay, let me. I'm gonna clean up my corner of the table.
Come on.
Mind the physic.
What is happening down there?
Ooh, this is a big one. 57 points of magical piercing.
Okay, well you really want to pass your con save then.
I sure do. This is the double-edged sword. That is no.
No. You're going
Do
to
you
take
have blips?
28 points of necrotic damage.
I only take half of that, so that barely gets through my 10 hit points. I'm fine.
Okay.
Plus, you also can
Also can what?
you can cut it in half again.
With your
No,
reaction.
I can't.
Oh,
That's because this is a save, not an attack.
Fair.
But
It's-
that necrotic resistance is really paying off, though.
Oh,
Okay, what's next?
I will allow Edmont to also make an attack if he wishes.
Edmont, you wouldn't
certainly.
do that, would you?
Burkhardt, how long have you known me?
This mirror monster has been very polite.
Yeah, it's been very polite to take this damage from me, so I will give it some more. Not with that one, though.
I feel like Edmont's like walking through a cocktail party, like holding a tray of damage, like holding it out like Monsieur.
Mademoiselle.
would you like some? Would you like some complimentary whip?
You
The
mean
vitamin
Cool Whip?
K
No,
is exquisite
Whip.
today. Are you done hitting my monster yet?
Yeah, I rolled in that one.
Yeah, it's not gonna do it.
All right, well, that's the end of Eve's turn.
Okay. Who's next?
She looks slightly less cranky when she's murdering things.
Next up, we've got Orson with Victor.
Orson, fix it.
Orson is going to spear one. Does a 17 hit.
17 does hit.
Please enjoy 8 points of piercing.
Okay.
Spear 2 is an 18.
Also hits.
That is 9 points. And bonus action, the butt. That is a nat 1.
All right. Orson can go ahead and pass his con save, please.
The butt is ineffective.
That is another nat 1.
All right. So Orson can go ahead and take 8 points of necrotic damage from the reflection.
We'll just, tick that off the temporary hit. We'll throw. What did Nat say? We'll throw it into the ward.
Yeah.
Okay. What's next?
Next up, we've got Victor with Edmont.
You guys had one job, and you failed at it.
Not make you have to put yourself at risk.
Exactly. So, Victor's gonna come here so we can see it. You can see it?
Victor's already checked out.
Well,
He's
from that
polishing up his
position-
resume.
From that position, it's a melee attack.
That's fine.
Okay.
He can do both. He swings both ways.
Yeah. Just letting him know. He's
Victor's
standing,
allergic to melee
he's
attacks.
standing in the creature's threat range in that position. I wasn't sure if he knew that.
He
He's just-
gets all the blood on him
He
if he's
is.
in melee.
He's breaking out in
Ew.
hives as we speak.
This is the first time he's used a melee attack, and I can't remember how long.
I can't either, actually. Oh. Smurf you took away our Ravenloft abilities, actually.
Yes, we did. Well, I didn't do it. You guys left Ravenloft. Like, that was your choice.
We'll move here then instead.
From there, you have no trouble seeing.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll switch our Hunter's Mark over to this guy. It's a bonus action.
Okay.
If I can't do my stupid thing anymore. Is that 27 hit?
Yes. I don't think Victor ever once used his Ravenloft Dark Powers ability. Like, never.
No, not ever.
Never.
He was allergic to it.
I think Genie's only came up once or twice.
Yeah. Both twins just kind of decided not to use theirs.
Ooh, that's a really bad damage roll. It's 33 points of sounding damage.
Okay, go ahead and pass your Constitution saving throw.
Wasn't enough?
Nope.
Yeah, it's not gonna do it.
Okay, so you're going to go ahead and take 16 points of necrotic damage from the backlash.
Oh boy!
Ow!
Oh, I do still have the noble stat block or class that you put together, Brickroad. It's in my folder right here.
Oh. Victor, you're staying put there?
Yeah, I had to
Yeah.
pull that down into text too, because I have to always reference it to see, does this ability require them to hear me?
Who's
Do they
next?
have to be able to see me?
Sorry, who just went? I kind of lost.
That was
the block.
Victor.
Victor.
So after Victor, we've got Edmont with green token. Why is this thing still alive?
Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing.
People
They
are
resist a lot of damage.
failing their saves a lot. Every
Guys,
time
you
Yeah,
better
but-
con saves. You never want to fail a con save.
Edmont doesn't hit with a 13 with his whip.
Nope.
How about a 17?
17 will hit. They probably should not have given this monster this much health, I guess. It's
Now it also has an ability to block half the damage that comes in every time.
oh, it's,
11
that's
points
an ability I gave it.
I mean, I think if a fighter walks up to this thing and just stabs it 4 times, it dies because they have good con saves. We don't do that in this group.
So I had my 11 points from the first whip.
Yep. Or from the second one. The first one was
First
a
one
miss.
missed.
And then, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and flurry of blows, but I'm only going to roll a 12 to hit the third. And then, oh, that's a 28. For 11 points of bludgeoning damage from that. So
Was that
11
your
and 11.
Okay, is that your final attack?
That is my final attack.
Go ahead and fail your Constitution save, please.
Sure. I'll take 11 points of damage.
Yes, you will. And you're staying put there?
Yeah, I'm good here.
All right, who's next?
Jesus.
Hey.
Next up, it's the green guy with Ekon.
All right. Let's see if I can finish killing Edmont.
You can't kill Edmont.
I mean, I only got 1 temp HP right now, so...
I
this is
have
gonna-
a 21 to hit Edmont.
Yeah, that'll hit.
21 points of necrotic damage from
Ugh.
the thing's touch.
Man, I hate it.
But it does not move anywhere. It seems perfectly happy to stand here and caress Edmont's face. Who's next?
I don't like it.
All right, let's go ahead and give me, first of all, we get the Hammer of Air. That hits a 12.
12 does not hit.
And then I need a DC 18 Dexterity saving throw, please. No cover.
That's 14.
Go ahead and enjoy 22 radiant damage.
Okay, go ahead and pass a Constitution save for me, please.
Yep.
All right, that's enough. Ekon burns the thing in the fires of air.
Cracks that mirror.
Edmont. Yeah, okay, so who actually took damage in that fight?
I did.
More than a few. Like there was a little bit of spillover on me and
I
Orson.
took a couple nicks. I'm good.
Hold on, I got it. All right, let me blow a charge from the staff on Edmont.
Don't risk destroying your staff. We have other ways than that.
No, I mean I've only done that once. So Edmont, go ahead and get back 5 hit points.
Sure.
7. Sorry.
Get back. I'm gonna use the last charge in my spell storing item for that's a D8, right? Yeah. Please get back 13 more.
How much more do you need?
I have to math.
I can give you 6 more if you need it.
89 plus 3 is 92. I'm good.
Okay. How's Orson?
Orson's good.
Okay.
So
All right. I
group
guess.
hug because we're scraping up the time limit on my turret here. I do believe because they only last an hour.
Yeah, if you need to take a rest, then it's okay for the rest of us to kind of just stand watch over you for a while.
12 hit points to temporary hit points to everybody if you got less than that. It only took 2 rolls.
Okay.
All right. I guess we're gonna check and see if anything changed now that all the mirrors have been destroyed.
All 6 mirrors look like they are cracked with a long vertical slice going across from floor to ceiling.
I'm
Let's
gonna go check the game pieces.
When you go look in the game piece room upon the floor, you see 2 red hags, 2 green hags, 2 blue hags, the Dullahan, and Wildefrog.
Nobody put these back on the shelves.
we know. What happens if you try to take one
I
out?
tested it on the goblin because the goblin is easy to kill.
That is true.
What was Genie's question?
Why don't we try? Do you think we should try and take one out?
After seeing what
Maybe-
happened with
maybe
that key,
Maybe they're like Pokeballs. You could throw it, and be like, go, dull a hand.
Sorry, do you mean maybe they're like ivory tokens?
Well, I was gonna, like,
if you're gonna try and take one out, make it the Wildefr's Whistle.
I've only got one hand, so
Alright, so we'll come back to
Good.
that idea.
Okay.
Also, not fuck with it. That could also be an option as well.
you pick it up, you take it out, and then you have like a little goblin stuck to your nubbin for the rest of all of eternity.
So do we want to? I guess Victor's gonna go look at the knobs, the white knobs again.
They look exactly like they were played with by a lion.
While they're over there, Evie is actually going to try to steal a word with Beldros. Is he amenable to conversation with me?
No, he's a lion. He cannot talk.
Oh.
He has been relioned.
But he can still understand me, yes?
You have no way of knowing.
I guess I'll wait till he's in a humanoid form again.
His
He
lucidity
does that. He's
seems.
probably good. He does that again. You're probably gonna get your face punched in.
His lucidity seems variable.
Like my plan here is that once we are done, I can put him inside a magic circle and try and like talk him out of whatever's break the spell after I have him properly contained in a circle, and maybe I can do something to deal with his madness.
Well, if we get home, you could just summon another celestial to take him home.
So we've cleared the mirror room, we've cleared the Dullahan room, we've cleared the Whistlefrog's adventure room. Which section do we want to do next?
Okay, let's see. I think up here we had like a ballroom scene, and then we had a room over here somewhere that had water in it.
We found somewhere between 0 and 2 keys.
There's this weird room
Silent
that's,
room.
and then down here is the dark rooms.
Well, let's not worry about what's not on the map. Just on this map, we still got the vibrating room, the fountains, the pointing guys, the sound rooms.
I would actually like to try something over here.
Okay.
The art room we probably need to go back and look at. Okay.
So you come back to the accommodations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Genie opens up the same drawer that she opened before,
Okay.
and she sticks the key back into the thing to see if it like detaches from her hand.
And you feel the keys scrape against the inside of the drawer.
Okay, yeah, it was worth a shot.
I don't feel like
how many bedrooms are there?
You have found 3 rooms that are like accommodation rooms, 1 bathroom, and the best bedroom.
How many beds total is that?
4. There's sleeping pallets in the 3 accommodation rooms, and there's a 4-post bed with curtains in the best bedroom.
Well, remember, we never want to all be sleeping at the same time.
Right.
Oh yeah, but I'm
That's
wondering
fine,
if there's other bedrooms.
I want to see if there's a pattern to like us versus the rooms.
Yeah,
Genie, like I don't know, there has to be something to this, right? I didn't give up my hand for no reason. We're like, I'm going just top to bottom, just searching the room.
So in this
We're
room,
probably-
there's a 4-post bed with curtains drawn. There is a small, like writing table with a nice, comfortable cushioned chair, and there is a wardrobe in this room.
Like Genie is opening. She opens the curtains. She opens the wardrobe. She
Opening the wardrobe and looking in. Give me a intelligence check.
Oh, well, that's a 23.
Okay.
Sir.
Opening the wardrobe, you're expecting to find clothes or linens or more drawers or something. What you actually find is a shelf filled with gemstones, colorful gemstones that seem to capture the... I guess the light right now is blue in ambient, so it's difficult to identify the gemstones because they're all tinted blue. But there's a painting set into the back frame of the wardrobe, and it depicts the silhouettes of 3 women, 1 standing in the back, 2 standing in front of her, with no details. What was that check?
23.
23. Looking at it for a moment, you realize you can identify the woman and then the 2 girls in the foregrounds as Ruby, you, and Evie. It's as though somebody has painted a portrait of the 3 of you, but then removed all color. Evie cannot enter the room. You find yourself
Unable to
inside the bathroom
Ah!
when you step through the door.
So
Oh
like
my-
she opens the door, like so like if when I open the door, they can see into the bedroom.
Yes, but
But
when
when
she
they
tries to
walk
pass in, you have claimed the key, so this is your bedroom.
Oh.
Okay.
Sure that wasn't just an easy.
So is this painting? All right. Let me make some notes here.
Victor's gonna try and walk down.
Then you find yourself in the bathroom, along with Evie.
Genie says, "I invite Evie into my bedroom, into this room."
Okay?
Now try.
Does it work?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, this is something I guess I'm gonna have to figure out real quick. So
I can stand
she's
here and help you troubleshoot.
Genie starts describing the situation. So it's a painting just on the back of the wardrobe, and
Yeah.
there is and gems on the shelf.
The gemstones are unidentifiable because you are looking at everything in blue ambient light.
Genie is going to request that they turn the light into white, kind of like glaring LED. We can get all the
Us to do that.
like a daylight.
You're sending Beldross back to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah. Genie, after a few moments, the blue subsides in the room, and you can see gemstones of every color and hue sitting in front of the painting.
Okay, well, ruby would correspond to a ruby.
And there is, in fact, a large, gleaming ruby. Only one, red stone.
Okay. Is there
Is
so
there a
she-
garnet?
Yeah, she looks for a garnet.
Yeah, you find an orange stone.
Is there more than one?
There's one of each color, it looks like. There's probably 12 or 13 gemstones total, but no 2 are the same color.
Mm-hmm. Genie says, "Why? Opinions? What? Like you seem pretty convinced that the garnet is yours. What's?
I don't
I have.
know. I can't explain why. I'm just absolutely sure that the garnets are inexplicably associated with Evie's character.
Is there a Refia?
I don't even know what that is.
My sprite is not named after a gym. This is not fair.
Victor is gonna go thoroughly search the bedroom south of here.
Yeah, there's nothing really to find. You find a pallet with some fur stacked on top of it. You find a small table with a wooden chair to sit at, and a chamber pot in each of the 3 bedrooms.
So, in all the walking around that we're doing, have we come across that coin that we dropped down the pit?
Nope.
Okay.
So, I guess Victor's gonna thoroughly search each of the bedrooms. Then, if he finds nothing,
Nope.
let's go check out the frescoes while Evie looks at that, maybe. Or while Genie looks at
Well,
that.
I'm going to resolve this first, because this is where my attention is right now.
Are we going? Okay, so Genie we're sure of the like. I'm gonna pick the ruby up.
Okay.
Well, holster my firearm
Sure.
and then pick the ruby up because somebody took my hand away. And I'm going to place it, like touch it to Ruby.
Okay, you hold it and feel it touch the back of the wardrobe.
Uh-huh. And this is painted just directly onto the wood?
It looks like it's painted on canvas, but instead of like sitting within a frame, the frame itself is sitting back into the wood. So the effect is that you have this canvas covering the back of the wardrobe. It's an interesting effect, but doesn't look like it's very efficient.
Okay. Can I grab the picture and pull it out?
You would have to cut it out.
Okay. All right. I'm going to grab the ruby and then try to step outside of the...
Okay. You walk out holding the ruby.
Okay. Well, it comes out. Do you have a description? Is your description like of like all the colors, or do you have a description of every color, or is it just a random assortment of colors? And that's like...
There are like a dozen or so gemstones, and there are no 2 that have the same color.
Okay. What's the orientation of the pictures? Like how are we situated?
Ruby is standing behind, and you and your sister are standing in front of her.
Okay. I am going to place the ruby down onto in front of the picture,
Okay.
and then I'm going to place the garnet kind of in front of. I'm going kind of position where Evie is in the picture,
Okay.
kind of that same orientation, and then Genie is going to just go with her gut, I guess, and pick a black gem,
Sure.
and put it on there.
And you do
in
that.
the same orientation. Yeah, you're not giving me any I'm not getting any feedback from this, you guys. I have no idea what's going on.
And we can't go in there and help you.
No, this
What
is
if you
Genie's
eat
bedroom.
them?
Yeah,
I'm a little distressed that Tenny isn't in the painting.
She's not here.
Yeah, she's in Darkon.
Ruby's not here.
Ruby was before we came to Darkon.
So was Tenny.
Evie,
Yeah.
give me a intelligence history check.
Okay.
Please do not fail this,
I'll
because
try.
I am not smart.
Hang on, I'm good at history. This is
Do not penalize our characters for our own stupidity, please.
this is that's a 16.
A 16?
Yes.
Tenny is a younger sibling, and therefore she's technically in line to inherit, but she almost certainly won't. If all of you had stayed in the Republic and things had happened as they should have happened, it's like there would have been nothing for Tenny to inherit. Whereas Ruby was the first heir, and then the twins just under her.
Lugren is also not in line.
Lugren's not in this picture, but Lugren's also younger than the 2 of you.
No, he's older than us.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, he's not in this picture in any event.
we have gone back and forth on where exactly he fits, but I think the ultimate line came down to nobody actually wanted or expected him to inherit anything.
Right.
And he didn't want it either, it seemed.
So it would not necessarily, especially considering how young the twins look in this photo, or in this painting, it's entirely possible that this could have been painted before Tenny was born.
So this is a painting of a particular moment in time.
What are there any other details? Like what is the
There
of
are
the
no
painting?
details. The three figures in the paintings are silhouettes. You recognize them because you know your sister's silhouettes.
No, I mean like detail. So it's just it's just like black on white or something. There's no background or anything like that.
Nothing worth seeing.
Okay, all right.
Okay, well, Ruby first in line. Can we line them up somehow?
I guess I'll try lining them up. Ruby, Evie, then me.
Okay, you do that.
Again, there's like no feedback.
You're just playing with the little gemstones.
I'm just playing with the little rocks. There's 13 gemstones.
I mean, the garnet for Evie may be wrong.
I don't know. I went with my gut. I don't know.
Are you holding any gems when you step out the door?
Yeah, Genie will take the 3 gems that she had picked up for her sisters and
Okay.
herself, and she'll just hold them in her hand. And she's like, basically, she's just like, because she stepped out earlier carrying the ruby and nothing happened.
Okay.
So she steps out, and she's just kind of like, what is everybody else's opinion? Like, she describes what is in there, and she says, so ruby for ruby, right? That makes sense.
That's
Evie
the only thing that's apparent.
Maybe it's based on birthstones.
I don't think any details of that have been established. Evie and
We
Genie
would-
have the same birthstone.
We would have
But
the same
then-
birthstone.
Then the two of you would have the same stone, yes?
Yeah.
But there's
and
no
there's
two
al-
stones that look alike.
Yeah, there's just like whatever. It's one of each. There's
So
13.
you're carrying the ruby, the garnet, and an onyx.
Yeah, an onyx.
Okay. Yeah, you're carrying those. They're in your hand. Your one hand
Hey.
that you have.
Genie, let me hold those stones for a second and go back in there and see if they're reappear.
You literally will just teleport to the bathroom.
No, that's why you go in. I hold the stones, you go in.
Evie, here.
Hmm?
Here, hold these.
Wow.
Yeah.
No faith. No faith.
Yeah, you hand the stones to Evie. Then you step back in.
I'm
Yep.
holding them.
Evie, you're holding them.
Oh, and I look in the
Do you notice
thing.
anything about them? Do they seem magical?
I mean, everything here seems magical. It's like
Okay.
built out of illusions.
Yeah.
Evie,
Yeah.
give me an Arcana check.
Okay. I am trained in this. That's a 19.
19. The garnet and the onyx. I mean, they're beautiful gemstones. These are valuable pieces that could be put into jewelry or something like that. The ruby, just holding it makes you feel angry. And you're not sure why.
I don't like this one.
Huh?
And she holds out the rubies like, this one makes me mad.
Victor,
Let me see it.
does holding it make you feel anything?
Victor will take the ruby.
I mean, it makes you feel like you're holding a very expensive and large ruby.
It makes me feel happy. Victor
Are
kind
you-
of holds it up to the light and admires it.
Oh, just being Victor. Genie is going to like put her hand over each of the individual gems
Mhm.
and just kind of concentrate and see if she feels anything. Like what Evie is describing.
You feel oxygen in the room. You feel bewildered at the puzzle you're trying to solve.
Does one of the gems give her a feeling of sisterly love?
Nope.
Bring all the gems out here.
Do you think if we called Nodal, he'd pop up and show up and solve this for me?
Maybe.
'Cause
Genie,
I am not smart.
I
bring
don't
the
know.
gems outside.
feel like maybe we need to have more of the puzzle.
Yeah, I feel like this is
Have all of
self-contained.
it. Yeah.
What is there anything in the there's nothing in the bed.
Well, there's bedclothes upon
Well,
the
I
bed.
mean,
very
there's nothing-
comfortable.
There's not like a mannequin. There's not like something in the bed because it was closed.
There's no buddy laying in the bed, if that's what you're asking. And when you pull
Right.
the drawstring open and part the curtains, no, the bed is beautifully made.
Okay. The writing desk, is it just like a table or is there a drawer?
No, it's just a table, but the chair that's sitting upon it has a comfortable cushion.
Okay.
Genie, why don't you bring all the gems outside, and then each of us will go through and then pick out the ones that actually make us feel something.
All right. I'll pick up all the remaining 10 gems.
Are you including Orson in this?
Yeah.
Sure.
So what are you doing? Passing gems around one at a time, holding them for a few minutes?
Yeah.
Let's say you spend
start-
10 minutes doing this,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
handing gems
Okay.
around. Each of you had a chance to hold them individually for a few moments. The only sensation is when Evie's holding that ruby, it makes her feel angry.
Something about that ruby is special, then.
All right. Well,
Is there somewhere we can put the ruby?
Lots of places you could put it.
let's put the remaining gems back. Evie, just hold on to the ruby.
Okay.
Hold on to it for now.
You want her to just be angry when she's walking around.
She's
You know
always
she has
angry.
knives.
She's always angry.
This is like a. You're going up from like a 96 out of 100 to only like a 97. She was already all the way there.
Besides, the only person like at risk of actually being stabbed is Victor.
So, terrible idea, but what if we throw the ruby down the bottomless pit?
Let's not do that.
No. Let's not throw
Let's
anything
go
down the
plan
bottomless pit.
B. Plan Z. If we reach the end of this dungeon and have absolutely nothing else to do, I would still not try that.
Wow.
I'm going to put all the gems back except the ruby, and I guess Evie is going to hold the ruby.
Okay.
Ekon, you have gem cutting. Does that give him anything?
He could.
I mean, are these gems already well cut?
They are, but I mean, you could fashion them into any number of things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm proficient with jeweler's tools. Like, if you want me to turn a gem into something, I think between me and Genie, who I believe can just magically summon a set of gem cutter's tools if she has an hour.
Yeah.
And yeah, we could do it.
What if Evie tries and takes the ruby into the other bedrooms?
Does Evie do that?
Uh,
Do you want me to fashion this to something fitting a crown?
Not yet. I don't need a crown. I'm not that
Really?
mean.
Really?
Yeah, Evie steps through the other bedrooms.
Yeah, nothing.
No.
Bathroom. What about these empty rooms? Sounds.
You go up into the empty room. You hear the animal sounds.
Yeah, I don't think that's anything.
I suppose, like, you come back and Genie's like talking to Ekon, like, I guess I could be a pirate when we get back
What if-
home.
What if you put the ruby in their drawers?
There's not much in the bedrooms, I don't think. I don't know. Like, I don't see. I don't
My
see any.
brain's not.
I don't see
option
any
for this, I'm
indi-
sorry.
I don't see any indication that that would be what we do with it, right? So I think
Not
for now we just
really.
hold on to it. For all we know, that could just be Evie's key, because it's like, if nothing else, it is kind of a thing that anchors her to our world. Her absolute utter disdain for our older sister.
I know, at this point, I feel like a lot of that has been tempered away. Like, now she's just, if she ever saw Ruby again, they would just...
She just apologized and say, "I'm sorry, I was such an ass. I was so terrible. I've had to deal with Victor for 3 years."
She'd pull out a bottle of wine and they just commiserate for, like, a night.
Well, she's making it married first. That was the deal. What's next?
I'm not biologically her sister anymore. Haha.
Let's just go to the fairy room.
You want to do the frescoes next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to look at the frescoes.
So, real quick, before we continue on, let's make a note somewhere that, like, potential, because I think that gem might actually be Evie's key.
It
That's not a bad theory.
So, and then I know
We
Ekon
just
said
need to
that
figure out what to do with it.
right. I know Ekon said that he felt like we had found at least possibly 2 others, but I don't know what
Ye-
those could be.
Your
Your hand
hand
can be
and the
a key.
one Victor pulled out.
Oh yeah, an actual key in my hand.
I feel like it would not be an actual key.
It might. I mean, the two of them are linked. Since the two of you are twins, it could be. You need one to get the other.
Okay.
So looking, Victor's gonna examine the
I
fairy.
think have all the other rooms around here, like every place we've done something, a lot of them we've also what do I want to say here? We have often interacted with like the lighting and like those don't seem to be purely decorative. At least 1 or 2 other chambers, there were other things that those enabled or accomplished, right?
Yeah, it's how you summoned the mirror hags
Right.
from each one.
Yeah, we know the knobs gonna have something to do with 21 or 22.
Well, you know what? The ruby is red. What if we change the lighting in here to red?
Well, I was trying to think if there's anything to do with the fresco specifically.
The fresco
Yeah.
itself is very colorful, and yeah, changing the ambient lighting would change the way it looks.
Oh,
So,
real quick,
looking-
just speaking, like it is an extension of that before we continue with the fresco. Light, music, or the storm is music.
This one is humidity.
Humidity and music.
Weather.
Okay.
Yeah. Humidity and temperature.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
That's
the-
it. I couldn't remember what the third.
The
one was.
flames control the color and intensity of the light. The water controls the temperature and humidity. The storm controls what music you're hearing and and how loud it is.
I have some ideas after we're done poking at the fresco.
So Victor is gonna examine the fresco.
Yeah,
Specifically, they're
beautiful.
both pointing in different directions. Does one of them look like it has the face of a liar or something?
What does that look like? Are you asking if one of them looks like Victor?
No, does one of them look like Vincent?
You walked right into that one. No, in fact, one of them looks like a hippo man, and the other one looks like, I mean, it's too small to really have... Because remember, it's a fresco made out of tile, so there's not really a lot of details in the creature's face, the small one.
So it's safe to assume that like we have stories of fairies being tricksters, right?
Sure. That's,
Do we trust hippos?
Feywild gonna Feywild.
Are hippos trustworthy?
I mean, hippos are pretty mean in reality.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to fight a hippo.
Yeah, but he's gonna be upfront about it, right?
That's true. So what about the doors themselves? The doors look anything special?
Nope. Doors look-
My vote is for the one the GIF is pointing at.
So the gift's on the right side of the fresco, pointing at the left-hand door. So the left-hand door would actually be this one. Remember, you guys are facing south.
Um,
You're just opening it up.
There's some Stanley Parable stuff.
you might
right
want to
here.
open this.
You're in front of it. Open it.
No.
Do we
Too
want to
well.
open both or just
Listen to me.
Let's try and open them both on the count of 3.
Okay. Are you doing that? Who's opening the other one?
I'll open the other one.
Ekon and Victor. All right. Give me 1 second.
I don't know if I like this idea.
Massive.
I
saves
can't
and
lose my other hand.
What's wrong with this idea? It's pretty good.
stuff. We're gonna need some saving throws in a second.
Do we need to put the blindfold up?
No. Okay. Victor, you are opening up this door. And the other guy, you are opening up this door. And looking through, you see a large hall.
Well, that was
That's
anticlimactic.
So looking at the sides of the hall, I mean, it disappears off into the distance. Looking to the sides, however, you hear some clattering. As here and here you see, they look like bird cages, almost, sitting on giant plinths in the alcoves off to the side and then secured overhead to the ceiling. The room itself has a great domed ceiling, and there's a checkerboard pattern in the marble on the floor.
I feel like this is a game room where if we walk in, we're gonna play. Yes.
We're gonna play what?
Like a human chess game.
I mean, I have chess proficiency. Can I look in there and see if I
Yeah, I'll move out of the way.
intuit anything?
I mean, it's like a white and black kind of checkerboard pattern on the ground, but it doesn't conform to any game board that you've ever seen. Like, no game board would have this particular size or shape. Also, the squares on the floor are at an angle to the walls of the room, which would not be the case on any game board that you're aware of.
If you want, I'll just walk in.
I'll step in. Anything happen?
So wait a minute. Bear with me one moment.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so Evie is in, Edmont is in.
Yep.
Okay, then what?
I didn't see anything.
Are
What
we
these
gonna
things?
just like
See
are
what I
half
just
of us-
described for you. There are pillars in the center of the room. There are these large bird cages, and you can't see more than, I guess you can see a couple more feet if you step in.
Is this room
I'm
got
gonna
the?
in toward one of the bird cages to get a better look at what might be
Evie.
inside it.
Yeah.
Every step you take forward from the door, you find your footfalls covering greater and greater distance. Edmont, every step you take forward from the door, you find your footfalls covering less and less distance.
Oh, boo! That sucks.
God, it's a
Oh, my
non-Euclidean room.
It depends which door you came in through.
Edmont steps back toward the door.
Edmont, by the time you get back to the door on your side of it, you have shrunk to the point where you have to look up at Victor's stomach on the other side of the door.
I'm gonna not say the
Evie,
obvious
by the
thing.
time you get back to the door, you've grown so much that you won't be able to go through it without squeezing.
I squeezed through.
Okay? You shoulder your way through to the other side.
Edmont walks back through.
All right, let's save this map. I think I just broke my record for how quickly can you scare the PCs away from.
Do
So-
we return to our normal size?
After a few moments in the room, Edmont, you are a small-sized creature. Evie, you are a large-sized creature.
Help!
Go back. Go through the other side. Like
Okay.
simple.
Yeah, I
Go
will
in a
sit
circle.
here and just kind of walk around until I'm about right.
About right? So you and
I need
Edmont.
Genie, come here. I need you for comparison purposes.
So
Edmont's gonna do the same thing.
So
Inverted.
we're not going to like go in and explore the room. The goal is to go through the opposite door and see if it changes your aspect ratio back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go through and walk past the first pillar and come back through the opposite door, and your sizes have fixed themselves.
Okay.
You are now
Okay.
both medium creatures once again.
I'm just worried. Did not want to be small
I've
forever.
worked hard to maintain my weight.
I'm gonna order my hawk to fly out one door, go out to the pillar around the other one, and fly back through the other door.
Which door do you send it through?
The smaller door to start.
Well, the two doors are the same size.
No, the one that makes you smaller.
Okay. Yeah, the hawk flies out, and by the time it comes back, it's the size of an insect.
Then I'll order it to fly back through the other. So it didn't matter that it came back through the other door. It just the time it spent in there after entering from small door made it small, and then I'll send it back the other way.
Okay, when you send it back the other way, when it comes back, it has resumed its normal size.
I'll send
Guys.
it through once more. I want a medium-sized hawk.
I have to step away for 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
That'd be so cool.
Just make it a large size hawk.
I'm really distressed by all of this.
Do you think is it number of steps or is it time spent?
I don't
I
know. If
don't
it's
know.
That's an easy
time.
thing to test.
It seemed to be steps. That is what was implied.
So I think we didn't really fully explore the art room because Evie started freaking out about people seeing her. But we need to go back in there because that's probably got something for Edmont.
Do you think maybe Edmont's key is in there?
Probably.
It's potentially.
Quite honestly, I think that like real talk, I think that the most likely person's key that's in there is actually Genie's because of that one painting. Everyone else's painting was incredibly sexual and self-servicing, and Genie's was just her melancholically staring at the sky.
I think it was
Well-
because her romantic partner is trapped in Ravenloft forever.
Genie has no blood to boil, so how do you have passion?
Literally, the Keltistravi werewolves are in Ravenloft, and so is Aslan. And
But
so
yeah, I
is
think we need to go back in there and check.
it's like everybody that was shown to be having sex in those paintings was in Ravenloft.
Sorry about that. I had a profound need to get a Powerade from the fridge. I was absolutely parched. Couldn't hack it anymore.
Mighty need.
Understandable.
Mighty me. That's a Powerade Orange Zero.
All right.
Yeah.
A quick question about the frescoes. Did
Yeah.
we get the impression that it was number of steps, or like distance traveled, or just time in the room?
Excellent question.
Okay.
Do I have a
So the-
large hawk now?
I'm pretty sure because I did anticipate.
The hawk dies because its vasculatory system can't support its new size, and it just falls over dead. Add one to
Add one more to the familiar death counter.
Yeah, you can have a large hawk.
Okay.
There's nothing in the Find Familiar spell that precludes it. What I was checking for is if the spell specifies that you have to have a small or like tiny creature, that you could create a hawk that is larger than that, but then it would no longer be your familiar, and won't it be fun to find out what that means? But no, like familiar could be like a horse or something. So yeah, you can have a medium. Do you want a medium or a large hawk?
Large. That way I can ride him.
Do you have any? You do not have the proficiency for that.
No, but he can grab me and take me somewhere.
That sounds like
you
it's gonna
have to be-
hurt.
You're wearing heavy plate mail armor, friend.
He's large.
a
I
large hawk.
just picturing like Ekon having like a theological debate. He's like, you know what? I'm out, and then like
Now-
he whistles, and a hawk comes down.
Keep
Why
in
does
mind,
the hawks just fly the family out of the maze?
the world you came from canonically does have griffin riders. So like,
Yeah, you almost married one of them.
this is not a proficiency that any of you have, but there are people back home who would know how to ride a creature like this. And it's just never seemed applicable to Ekon's studies until now. Yeah, you have a large hawk. Fuck it, why not?
And it's not a real hawk. It's going to it's like a fey creature, so it's not going to like live normal hawk life. It's going to be it'll probably outlive Ekon.
What's next?
Was there?
So Victor is gonna step through the small door and
Okay.
just stand there
Okay, you stand
until
there.
he thinks he's starting to shrink.
Okay. And then what?
Does he think he's starting to shrink?
That's up to you. I'm not going to tell you what Victor thinks.
He's explicitly testing to see if it's Step's first time. So he's
Okay.
checking to see if time makes you smaller.
All right. Let's next
stand
step. Next step to this experiment, Victor. Step to the pillar, just very slowly.
And when you walk out to the pillar, you definitely have the sensation of your steps covering less and less distance as you go.
So
Okay.
Victor will go back and resize himself.
Okay, so you go back to the door, then back to the second door, and then back to the pillar, and then back again.
You need to be real careful if you go through the door that makes you bigger, because it's possible you could become so big you can't come back out.
I can fix
So-
that.
So steps going towards the pillar and away from the pillar both made you smaller. It's not like going into the room makes you smaller, and then it stops if you go backwards as you go smaller each
No.
way.
No. It also doesn't matter if you come back through the other door. That's why we sent Lux in there to find out.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think the obvious. So obviously we've got to get to the other end of the hall. So what's the
What
range
What
on
if there
your?
are things to
You
solve on
could-
the other end of the
we-
hall, half
if
of
that
which
were the
require us to be large and half of which require us to be small?
Probably.
Either that, or I could teleport across the room if the light were dim enough.
Yeah,
want-
that's
do that right now?
I can cast clairvoyance into the room, but if we thought there was something we need to be able to see,
Ekon, how far is the range on your hand?
I think 20 feet. It's
So
normal
just-
mage hand. Oh no, it's 40 feet. Doubles the range of mage hand.
Okay. Go ahead. Genie's gonna pull a rock out. Can we switch back to the other map, please?
So I guess we're gonna screw with this room now.
Yeah, it's 60 for reference. Sorry.
You wanted to mess with the frescoes. We're messing with the frescoes.
This is a fun
Okay.
one. Why not?
So you're thinking I can levitate a small pebble that will become boulder by the time it's 60 feet out? Ooh,
We
that
could
might exceed the limit of what I can sustain once it gets
Well,
too far.
we'll see, right? The Genie is going to cast light cantrip on it, and she'll put a coin, rock, some small object in his hand, and say, "Here you go."
Oh.
And she puts a gold coin in his hand and says, just in case it does grow to be incredibly large.
Okay.
No question. So, do we want to have your familiar go show us what's deeper in the room so we can actually see it?
That is what they're trying to do with this coin.
Yeah, and then I'll telekinetically project the coin 60 feet into the room.
Okay.
So that'll be 40 feet of 20 feet of bright light, 20
How
feet of dim light.
heavy can you hold an object?
I think 5 pounds.
5 pounds? Then by the time it gets to where it would...
No, 10 pounds.
Okay. By the time it gets to where it would illuminate more of the room, it drops to the ground.
that's 5 pounds of gold now.
No, it's a big dinner plate size gold coin.
Okay, do you have anything lighter and smaller?
I have a ball bearing.
Why don't we try that again?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. Do it again. Do it through the small one. Right? We'll go until the.
Coin this time.
Why?
Why wouldn't I?
Because it's going to be really large when we're done.
No,
Do-
it's not. We're putting it through the small one.
The really small one will not get too heavy to be able to move.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
It might
I'll
get
take
so
a copper
small that we
coin.
can't see it anymore.
Ekin, do you want a ball bearing? I have 1,000 ball bearings.
They have 999 ball bearings.
If I give one to Ekin.
You spent one last week on something.
No, I'll take a copper coin and I'll project it 60 feet into the room with telekinesis.
Through which
Let's-
door?
On it. Is
So-
this? Oh, sorry. Do you want to do something?
Yeah, no, through the small, the debigify door.
So through the small door. By the time it gets to where it could illuminate anything, the coin has shrunk so small that you can no longer see it.
All right, now bring it back. Bring the hand back,
Okay, I can bring the hand back.
and then put it through this other door, right? And then we continue along. So it's going to start smaller, right? And then get bigger and bigger and bigger, and we'll get further into the room before it becomes too heavy.
Okay, I'll try that.
And this avails you for another nice big chunk of the room. And now there's a giant piece of, what was this, a copper coin sitting.
Yeah.
So you've got these 6 pillars, and these are all cages sitting
Mhm.
upon plinths in these alcoves along the edge of the room. And the room continues even further than that.
So
What
can you
is-
see the dim light beyond that? Like the bright and then dim from the coin?
Well, the room's not dark. It's just a
Okay.
matter of, because you have ambient light coming from the dungeon itself. It's
Oh,
just,
that's
there's
right,
no
yeah.
point in the dungeon where you can stand and see all the way to the far wall.
What is in the cages?
You'd have to go in the room and look.
So we cannot see in the cages from here.
No.
Victor's gonna step into the room.
And through which door?
The small door.
Okay, and where are you walking to?
So he starts off at 5'10" with his first step inside. So how tall is he when he gets to this one?
You're still a medium-sized creature. If you think I'm going to keep track of inches, you have another thing coming. Because
So if he goes to the pillar, can he see the cage well enough?
no, you've got to be standing in front of the cage. You're looking at it from the side from there.
That's how big. How big is he now?
How
Let's
big
know
do
when
you
it gets
feel?
to be small.
Victor,
Can he see
stepping
the
up
cage?
to the cage to where you're in front of it, you realize when you were at the door looking out, you could see the side of it, but not what was inside it. As you approach, now you're not tall enough to see the top of the plinth. You could reach up from where you are and grab hold of the bottom of the cage, you think,
Boots are flying. Genie
Yeah.
yells at you. You can fly.
Boots fly. He'll fly
You're gonna
upwards.
fly up. Okay. Let's roll initiative. Oh, that's a big number.
Guys, I think I might be in the cage. Oh no, that's a 25 initiative.
It's pretty good.
18 and
There's my natural 20.
That beats my creature.
Wow. This feels bad, man. It just does. I hate this.
Why? Oh,
I don't know why. It rubs me the wrong way. It's nothing you did, Britt.
poor Edmont. He's like, man, bird cages. Can't do it. All right.
I mean, Edmont can't. he really can't.
Victor, you
Yeah.
are surprised. As the door of the cage above you suddenly opens up, and a creature emerges from it. You're flying, yes?
Yeah.
It looks like, you've seen pictures and things. It looks like a dragon. And it has this bright, unnatural magenta hue on its hide. But instead of large bat wings that you would typically see, it's fluttering about on insect wings like a butterfly. You and it are the same size. And it flutters out towards you. Oh, I'm sorry. You need to make a saving throw. DC 10. Wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, that's a 9.
This creature flutters out, and you are charmed by it. This is a friendly little fairy tale creature. It's adorable. It wants cuddles. And right now, all it's doing is kind of flittering about with you, as though the two of you are prancing back and forth across the air. Everybody else is surprised, too, so we'll come back to the top of the order.
That would be Victor at the top.
Victor
So
with purple. Yep.
you are charmed by the creature.
Give it cuddles.
So you cannot attack the creature or target it with harmful effects, and it has advantage on all social checks against you.
Okay. Bye.
You're just leaving?
Yeah, he's gonna disengage. And
Why would you disengage? It's a friendly, harmless creature.
Yeah, you gotta give it cuddles, man. It's so adorable.
Yeah, Victor.
I mean, there's
Yeah,
nothing.
no.
There's nothing stopping you from leaving the room, but I'm not going to allow you to disengage from a friendly creature. That doesn't make any sense.
Victor leaves the room without disengaging. Go and take your attack.
Okay, so yeah, you fly back out of the room.
Like, nope, not doing fairy dragons. Not playing heroin hero.
This is interesting. If we needed to, if it would be possible to control those creatures, if we made ourselves small enough, we could ride them and fly around the dungeon. If there was something we needed to be able to fly,
So Victor
You're fast.
comes out and he's gushing. Oh my god, the cutest little dragon is there. You gotta go see it. He's got these cute little wings and flies like a little butterfly. And oh my god, it's so cute. You gotta go see it.
Is that the end of Victor's turn?
Victor.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys see the little creature fluttering about this pillar, but it does not approach closer to the door than this. And we can come off initiative unless one of you are going to kill this dragon.
that looks harmless.
I mean, Evie, if that's what you want, you can just set Dedulus in a couple of loops.
Well, I would need time to resummon him. Only takes 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
An hour plus 10 minutes.
So Victor wants to go resize himself. Is that gonna?
You have to go through the re-beginning door.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Before we actually go off initiative, I wanted to.
Yeah, we can come out, and as long as none of you are showing hostility to the creature, you can come off initiative.
Okay, yeah, he's not gonna show hostility to it.
Bigulates. And yeah, as you come back in the door, like the whole time when you're walking around the pillars and coming back to the door, the little dragon creature is fluttering around you. When you leave the room again, you find yourself a medium-sized creature.
Is he still charmed by the creature?
Oh yeah.
Can I borrow your paintbrush, Edmont,
Sure.
and a bit of paint?
Yeah.
Ekon flattens himself against the wall, pushes his hair down, and paints a line so he knows exactly how tall it needs to be.
I picture him just like having an anxiety attack. Like, I need like 1 more inch.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like, Ekon is already, like, freakishly tall.
Yeah, he is.
Like, you know what? That actually makes sense. Edmont asks everybody to line up to, and makes a similar mark for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, Ekon's 6'4", so...
And marks them as such.
This might be the most
He-
ridiculous thing that's happened in this dungeon yet.
And
All right.
then he purposely inverts Genies and Eevees.
Well, they should be the same height.
Yeah, except you didn't do that before you went into the
Yeah,
room.
no, they're not the same height. One of you went through the door and came back.
Well, you can use Genie.
Yeah,
She-
you
she
can use
used-
the reference
for
point.
the reference.
She did say she used me as reference.
Evie, if you make marks on the wall using Genie and reason that you're the same height, no matter what you do, no matter how you count the seconds, you can never get it exactly right.
Yeah.
The best you can do is you're a medium-sized creature, and so is your sister. And if you were still in Darkon, I would make you make a horror check.
So maybe the secret is we have to set these little creatures free.
And even as you speak that, after a moment, when the creature realizes that nobody's playing with it, flutters back to its cage and the door closes.
How long is Victor charmed for?
All right.
Until I say he's not.
So here's what I think. So I can potentially get anyone on the big side out of the room. The problem with going through the small side,
So that we won't be able to see you eventually.
You
Is-
eventually become so small you become subatomic and you just slip through the floor. But I don't know
Right.
if the Ferniskins understand that level of science.
you slip into the quantum realm and suddenly you're in the MCU. So
Ooh.
That's about as far as I can get into the room. Just
I think
teleporting.
if you do that, Edmont, you go through the big one because I'm afraid that it will still count this movement as growth. Right? Because you can then teleport back through the door, and then I can shrink you with a
Do you
magic.
have enlarged reduced?
Yes, I do have enlarge or reduce prepared.
Wait, okay. Why don't you cast enlarge on my hawk, and then I send my hawk through the devigulator? It's already 2 sizes. It's already 4 sizes too big.
What
We can bring
purpose
it up to
does that
5.
end?
So we have a
What-
huge hawk.
He wants a bigger
What?
hawk.
No, we start with a huge hawk, and we've got a lot of space to
Brother,
work with from there.
brother. Stop.
There's no huge hawk. The hawk is large.
Yeah.
That's as large as it got.
What does this gain us in getting us out of this room, out of this maze?
I mean, I can look through its eyes.
So
You can
Victor
look at
was-
you can look through its eyes when it no matter the size, yes?
Yeah.
So that doesn't gain us anything. Edmont. He peers through the room and would I need it to be darker, ambient? Would I
Yes.
need yeah.
Victor is gonna step into the room.
Yeah, you need
I'm
someone to
gonna
go
try
back
what
and
you're
turn
gonna
the
do.
lights back off.
Yeah, someone needs to go back and
Oh, I can have
Lower
Bedros
the
turn
light.
the lights down to dim light.
Okay, so you send Beldross back.
Yep.
Dim the
Do you
lights.
want me to test this before you do it, Edmund?
test what?
Does teleporting shrink you?
Like
I mean,
it's 6 of one, half a dozen of another.
yeah.
Like
So Edmont is going to
Edmont can just do it. I think it does not require key points. Yours requires resources.
yeah.
So yeah,
One,
Beldross
two,
can bring the lights down, so the whole room is in dim light now. So really, any square that you can.
And 10 squares is about right there, and I can teleport up to 60 feet.
Do you have to be able to see your destination?
Yeah, let me double check that. So it doesn't sound right to me.
That looks right to me. That looks about 60 feet out here.
Yeah.
Diagonals are hard.
It is. Yeah, it is 60 feet. Yeah, and he. Yeah. Teleport up to unoccupied space that you can see that is also in dim light or darkness.
Okay, so yeah, up to 60 feet.
Yep. And yeah, I will teleport.
Just for the
Okay.
record, this is a really bad idea.
You do that. And
Are
from
you
here can
bigulated?
see the back wall of the room. You feel like Edmont.
Can't really tell.
Can we
At the
see
end
him
of the
from here?
room. No, none of you are gonna be able to see that far into the room. And there's a double doors at the edge of the room.
I don't think you should like walk at all, Edmont. I think you should just teleport constantly. Just freaking Nightcrawler across a room.
Yeah, I'll take a couple seconds, take a deep breath, and then teleport to the door.
And when you teleport to the door, you realize that you are too large to fit through it. You have to reach down to the door to open it, but even if you did, like hunching all the way down, you think you might be able to squeeze maybe your shoulders or your head into the door, but
Can I
more
at
than
least
that,
open it?
yeah, you can open it up and see the hallway
Yeah, I'll-
beyond.
Peer down there, crouching down in there, looking into the hallway.
You do that.
No, I'm gonna teleport back.
What's in the cages?
Then you're going to teleport back.
Yeah,
Okay, bear with me.
teleport there.
One moment, please.
Do you want to check the cages before you come back?
Not especially.
Edmont, you teleport back,
Mm-hmm. Back.
and you are far too large to fit through either of these doors. Even
I'm
squeezing.
big. I'm big.
In fact, you're at the point now where you're looking at something like this, probably. Like you're hunched down, like next to the door. Like your hand almost covers the whole half of it. Your butt's pressed up against this pillar behind you. You're a big boy.
Let's give him some space to teleport through that door.
And yeah, I'll teleport through since if I can see it.
Yeah, let's save this map. Oops. Overwrite. Yeah. That was the right button. Load this map that you guys ruined by writing everything on.
Look at all that graffiti.
That's about right.
Edmund?
Yeah, Edmont is
okay?
now a huge creature. And now you're stuck in this tiny little room. Like, this is an uncomfortably... You can't stand up in here. You can't, like, you keep banging your elbows and knees on the...
Edmont teleports through this door and tries to gauge it out to reduce himself to a more manageable size.
And you can functionally teleport as long as it's dim light. You have no limit on how far or how many times you can do that, right?
Yeah,
Okay, it's not eating up a bunch of key points.
it's not burning key points now.
Yeah, and no matter how many times you go back and forth, you can never quite get back to the line that your brother painted for you.
But I'm at least to where I'm a medium-sized creature. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You might as well just shoot to be like an inch or two
Well-
taller. It's fine. Like,
Well, given
that's-
that you're the only one who can probably go through those doors once they've gone to the other side of the room, do you want to go to the other, do that again, but this time go to through that last door?
What last door?
The
There's
doors
a-
that you opened on the other side that you told
Yeah,
us
we
about.
didn't see what was in there, did we?
If I kept going, I would be too small to meaningfully do anything in there.
Okay, I can cast Clairvoyance into that room and we can see what's in there.
The door is
Takes
open
like 10
enough.
minutes, right?
Yeah, but I can cast it into a place. It's a location that's aware to me, and I can say beyond the door that Edmund said. I don't have to be able to see it.
Yeah, you can just.
Guys, I really feel like whatever's in the cages is responsible for making us big and small.
well, reach out psychically to whatever's in the cage.
That's good.
They're just
Decent
cute
idea.
they're cute little creatures, right?
Yeah, because apparently Victor's still charmed.
They're just cute, cuddly, adorable little creatures.
They're
you could
basically
say.
Furbies. Like,
Furbies are terrifying. Listen to
Probably
me.
gonna shoot you if you get too small. Yes.
so Victor, you're going to try to go through the small door and then connect psychically?
I think I'm gonna try and go through the bigger door, the big one.
The big end door? Okay.
So the first thing he's gonna go through the small door, get a little smaller, then go through the big door.
Okay.
So he's gonna go through the small door until he's a small sized creature. Then he's gonna come out and he's gonna go through the big door.
keep making me jump back and forth between maps. So Victor, yeah, if you're in the room, you're still charmed by the one creature over there. And what do
So
you
he's
do?
gonna move towards a creature until he gets. When does he get medium size? Like,
Nope. Not going to answer that.
Can we? I guess there's like something about this room that makes it where we can't monitor that.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I could, but the granularity to which that creates work for me is not worth it. So,
I mean, just there's something about the room.
I realize that it is. When I'm a player, I would want to know the same thing. Like, really, there's got to be a system for this. So we can measure by inches, right? You cannot. No, stop asking. I'm going to murder you and then burn down your house.
Genie and Ekon, come make sure this dragon thing stays, my friend.
I mean,
I'm watching.
Yeah, we're watching.
Okay, so Victor, you're trying to reach out psychically to the one that has you charmed.
Yeah.
Okay, and you went through the small door, then retreated, then came through the big door. Is that correct?
Yes, hoping that it would make him larger.
Okay. When you reach out, the thing's mind, it doesn't have intelligence. It's an animal. And it's curious about your approach, and it recognizes you as a friend. Other than that, there's not going to be much more to get, because it's an animal. Except for it's hungry.
Guys, it's friendly and it's hungry.
Make me an animal handling check.
I don't think. Any
Actually,
of
no,
us
make
have
this at disadvantage, Victor, because you're charmed.
I don't think any of us have this.
Edmont does.
Edmont has.
Oh, right, Edmont.
He's
Well,
always been good
that's
with animals.
okay. That's a 16.
Okay? So yeah, reaching out and psychically into the thing's mind.
Oh wait, I'm gonna use a dice if I need to.
No, 16 is fine.
Okay.
You don't know what these things eat, but if you were to shrink down to the size of an insect, it would not surprise you to find out that these things eat insects.
I figured that.
Let's see if they like pudding.
Yeah, Victor's gonna take out one of his little rations.
Okay. Well, what's the ration? Like, what kind of food are we talking about?
What's in a traveling ration?
Probably like
Dried meat.
Yeah, probably like hard bread, maybe some jerky.
Yeah. So he's gonna take a small piece of jerky.
Yeah, he's one. No, this thing's shies away from being handed jerky. No interest.
Did you hear Genie yell, "What about the pudding in the other room?"
It might like the stew more than the pudding.
Like, if it doesn't like jerky, it's not gonna like
The
beef
chances
stew.
are I'm almost willing to lay money on the fact that we won't be able to take the food out of those rooms.
Yeah. All right. So Victor gauging that his time in here is probably not going well.
Well, you step through the bigulate door, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
by
he's
the
now going to try and go
time
through the small.
you get back to the door, you are too big to fit through.
Well, he started as a small creature.
Yeah, and then he went and played around with the dragon a
Okay.
little bit.
Gotcha. Cool.
I mean, he could still teleport through.
That's fine. We're gonna knock this.
But you have to spend resources to do that, yes?
Yes, I do. It erodes the strength of the party.
Road's the strength of the party. So you're going to knock this through and then go back through the other door and try to shrink again and then retreat. Do I have that
Yes.
right? Okay.
You might as well get a couple inches of height while you're here.
Yeah, he's gonna go to 6 foot by the time he gets out. That's what the ladies want, right? 6 feet.
This room, though.
Evie gets to the point where she's about to save Genie, but it never exactly feels exactly right again.
Yeah.
I think what we should do now is you said you could clairvoyance through there, couldn't you?
I can clairvoyance to any location that is apparent to me.
Well, then, yeah.
Range is like 500 feet,
I can
right?
cast it. It has to be a range within a mile. I don't know how distance
Mile.
works in here, but I'm assuming everything within this dungeon would be considered to be within a mile. I assume this distance is relative. Like, this isn't millions of miles away because we're in a weird non-Euclidean space. If I
guess
cast
I'll
clairvoyance,
find out.
Yeah, I can target a place that is known to me. It's worded very specifically. You create an invisible sensor within a range of location familiar to you, a place you have visitors seen before, or an obvious location that is unfamiliar to you. So if I know a place is there, I can cast Clairvoyance into it. Where do you want me to scry?
I'd say put the sensor on the side of the opposite door and get a look at the other room, right?
The one in the door that Edmont tried to go through but couldn't?
Yeah.
All right, I will. It takes 10 minutes to cast, and I will cast Clairvoyance into that room.
Okay.
And Evie holds up her house relic, and it's a lens, so she looks through it, and it's like the image appears within the lens.
So you want to cast on the other side of this door?
Yeah, I want to see what's in this room.
Okay. It's a hallway. Carpeted hallway.
Go to the. Is that the end of the hallway or?
Well, right now the clairvoyant sensor is here, and it sees just a length of hallway.
Can the clairvoyant sensor move?
No. I could switch it between hearing and vision. I can't move it, though.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm stumped.
Similar to
I'm
all the
stumped.
other large hallways you've been through in the place. Except there's
I'm
a giant
stumped.
one on the floor.
I can't.
With
Let's
10
bet-
more minutes, I can cast it to the other end.
All
Let's
right.
see
I don't think we're in any hurry.
Yeah.
My personal thinking is we probably need to kill the dragons inside, but Victor is charmed, and so he's not going to do that.
The dragons seem harmless. They would only become dangerous if you stayed in there too long.
All right. You know what?
While she's casting that second clairvoyance, I will try and help Edmont get back to the proper height.
And no matter how you try, you can never get it exactly right.
So
Then I'll
Genie,
maliciously leave him an inch shorter.
Well, that's just cruel.
for your brother?
Yeah, I'm the tall one.
You're already a foot taller than him.
So Evie, the idea now is to cast the spell again further down the
far
hallway.
end, yeah, at the far end, which it's a location that's apparent to me because I've seen that there's a hallway there.
And you're now aware of a long carpeted hallway.
So there's nothing in here at all that we can tell.
I mean, there's lots of things. There's the carpet, there's the tchotchkes and things hanging on the wall, knickknacks, tapestries, fake
No
weapons.
doors, no nothing.
No doors, no nothing. Not as far as you can see.
I don't think there's anything in there.
All right. I want to try one thing in this room. I'm going to shoot a firebolt at this back thing through the
What's the range on firebolt?
120 feet.
Can you target objects with it?
Yes. Just
I was able to get more than halfway across the room with a teleport. So
Through which door?
the debugulate. I want to see if the firebolt shrinks.
Yeah, it shrinks away partway through the room and kind of just peters out.
Okay, I need everybody to step back.
Oh god.
Step
I've
back.
never been more terrified than I
Step
am right
back.
now.
Yeah, I'll move out of the fresco room into the
I
hallway.
need everybody into the hall around the corner. She goes to the bigulate door. She
Okay.
pulls out a scroll of fireball.
Okay, yeah, I've got full cover from wherever Genie is.
And then what happens?
Genie shoots a fireball, centered about here.
You're gonna kill all those friendly dragons.
I bet you. You know what? I'm just tired of this room. This room needs to not exist. So fireball, like I guess it gets bigger when it gets till it gets about here, and then
So all of you here, go ahead and spend the scroll.
Yeah.
And when you throw the fireball, and actually, you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
yes, I figured.
Like, let's if we're doing this, let's do it right.
Genie fails, but I'll expend a spell slot and cast
protection from elements.
protection from elements for that. I was fully expecting this to happen, so like I said.
Okay.
So this is just a 3rd level fireball. The DC is 15 because it is from a scroll. Unless, like, you're doing something weird because, you know, it's embiggened. This is kind of how I picture, like, upcasting.
Genie!
Yeah.
76 points of fire damage.
Good lord!
You throw a fireball in and watch it expand until hot air and gas fill the whole half of the room. The blowback on you is vicious, and those of you standing around the corner in the hallway can feel the heat rolling off of it. And you hear the agonized death cries of 4 dragons snuffed out by
Only 4?
the vicious flames. And then you hear far away panicked clattering sounds.
Genie makes us back to check on Genie.
Ow. Genie's
Victor
like
goes to
flat
check on
her,
the dragon.
Genie's flat on her back.
Don't
Like,
ever-
looking up at the thing, she's just black.
I assumed you were going to throw it through the room, not into the room.
Victor's gonna go inside the room.
I mean, we could do that. That door on the far end is open. Genie stands up.
Ekon puts his hand over the opening of her scroll case.
Genie, hold on.
I'm not going back in there. I just got myself back to almost the right size.
Victor goes back inside.
Which door?
The small door.
Okay.
Mark that.
And like Mark stepping in the room, like your feet are crunching against the ash of the carpet, which has been badly singed and burned away. It is a desolation in here right now.
So Victor goes to the pillar.
Oh, I'm sorry. There wasn't carpet. This was a tile floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still probably crunching across the tile.
Yeah,
as it's a desolation.
Cracked and uneven and
Victor looks for his friend.
no, dead. And your charm is over. Like
Okay.
it,
Was
like
he really your friend?
charbroiled.
So Victor's gonna go around the pillar
Okay.
and then go back outside.
You are now a small-sized creature.
Okay, so killing them didn't change the effect. Sad face.
Did
Well,
not.
there's still 2 on the other side there.
I don't think those creatures have anything to do with it. I think it's the doors.
I think the creatures might just be there to eat us when we get too small. Because that little dragon was really cute, but he absolutely was gonna eat me. Victor resizes himself.
I mean, the door is open over there, right? I could shoot him. I have like, hold on, let me do the math here.
An irresponsible number of fireball scrolls.
I made 10 of these scrolls, Brick Road.
That is pretty irresponsible, yeah.
Like,
No,
I
if you
have,
send it all the way in there, you're gonna hit like nuclear explosion level. You're gonna kill us all.
That room is carpeted too.
Oh, the hallway on the other side is carpeted. Yes.
did any of the explosion reach in there?
No,
Because the door
not that-
was open.
Not that far.
The only thing I know that's in there is it's a carpeted hallway. There was nothing else apparent to me when I scried either end of the hallway.
All right, let me just run this out. Lux is currently large.
Yes.
Hawks started tiny, so it went from tiny to small to medium to large. So it's increased. Lux is increased in size by 3 categories, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
So if I send Lux through the large door, I might be able to get him over there before he vanishes away into non-existence.
Through the
Through
small
the
door. You mean?
devigulator.
Anything's possible.
Does this? I mean, I don't have a better plan than this. Does
I
anyone
mean,
else?
you can pull him back at any time with your
Yeah.
ability.
So I will cast my eyes into his vision, and I will order him to fly across the room.
And as it gets to about this point and is turned into a small creature, the door to this cage opens, but the creature is so terrified that it does not emerge.
Keep
Fair.
going.
And yeah, by the time he gets back, he's a tiny hawk once again.
Which is normal size for a hawk. Okay, let's investigate this whole room through the eyes of my hawk.
Lux
Who has an awesome
travels
bonus perception too.
hundreds of feet down the hallway
Mhm.
until eventually you see in the far distance, and he's got pretty good vision being a hawk, I would imagine.
Yeah, yeah.
comes to an end with a curtain with a drawstring hanging next to it, just like the ones you had seen.
I'll have him pull down the drawstring.
Pulling on the drawstring, the hallway continues forward for about another 20 feet, maybe, and then angles off to the right.
I'll fly down that.
Flying down that hallway, eventually he comes to a point 50 or 60 feet or so. The hallway continues forward, or to his left or right are more curtains.
Oh God. Let's just continue.
Continuing down, after another few feet, 20 or 30 feet or so, is a curtain off to his right.
Keep going.
After another 40 feet or so after that, you come to a T-junction, where the hallway angles off to the left or angles off to the right.
Good adventurers always turn left.
That hallway takes him forward 60 or 80 feet or so, and then comes to a pair of double doors.
Once he gets out of this room, does his size no longer get affected?
Yeah, he's been a tiny hawk the whole time.
Okay. So if we can get through this room, then...
Is there any way for him to open the doors?
No. He's a
Send
tiny
back through the other side of that T intersection?
Okay. Bear with me just one moment.
He's but a tiny little hawk.
Yeah.
I'm kinda dubious about this.
This feels like one of those puzzles Brick Road throws in sometimes that have no solution just to see what we do.
I've never done that before.
You just have to power through. I mean, if you have the enlarge spell, can we just like go through and then you make us bigger?
The enlarged lasts like a minute, so
Yeah.
you know, you would then shrink.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get a good description of what this hawk can see here.
I wonder if dispel magic would like
Going back to the T-junction and taking a left this time. Carpeted hallway that reaches forward to the end of his vision with several alcoves off to the left and right. And if he continues down to the end of that hallway, he comes to another curtain.
Pull the curtain.
Pulling the curtain reveals a circular room beyond. In this room, in the center of the room is a pillar that runs from the floor all the way to the ceiling to a dome at the top. You can only see through the hawk, right? You can't hear anything?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Looking in this room, there are 3 alcoves off to the sides, one in front of you, one to either side of you. Circular alcoves, and in them, the only good way to describe what you see are water spouts, spinning and twirling like a tornado held in place. 3 of them.
Destil, you can't actually hear through. Like, you're
Oh, you
deaf
can't?
and blind and you're square, but
Oh,
you
I get
can
all the
hear.
senses? Okay, can I
Yeah.
smell?
It says deaf and blind.
Okay.
It's
So yeah,
just-
I'd be hearing things at the same time.
Okay. But yeah,
Is there any
going into that room, you're deafened by the sound of these 3 water spouts.
Okay.
It sounds just like you're standing next to like a torrent or a waterfall.
Are there any exits to this room? If he circles around a few times?
Nope. And in
Okay,
fact,
I'm gonna
circling
turn
around
back-
the room might be dangerous because it'd
Okay.
be tricky to do
I'm
so
gonna-
without being pulled
Yep,
into
I'm gonna
range of
turn
one of the
back
spells.
around, go through the T-junction, and start pulling down curtains. I'm mostly looking to find if there's another thing that connects to the rest of the maze. Like, if we can find a way through here without
Okay.
going through the size-affecting room.
Pulling the next curtain from the T-junction. Looking into this... looking into this room. It's like you're looking through a vertical plane of water. The room beyond is very dim because it's difficult to see through the water. But it would be like stepping, well, in this case, flying through this plane of water. You'd be completely submerged.
Okay.
We know where that room is.
Do we?
Yeah, there was a room filled with
We've
water.
had a room. We've run into a room like that.
Why
Yeah, that
don't we
might be
go?
You probably weren't here.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
that might be
through-
the way through then.
Well-
And I'm gonna dismiss my
Wait,
familiar.
wait, wait! Don't dismiss it. Don't dismiss it.
Okay.
let's have somebody go back, and then we'll check the water room and see if we can see the hawk.
That's actually pretty decently smart.
That's actually
Yeah,
a good idea.
Okay, I'll leave Lux there.
Okay. Let me save this map. As you do. This map's easy to save because it's really easy to pick out from the thumbnails. Okay, so you
Actually,
were
a
all
galaxy brain move.
Yeah.
on the other side of the room here. So where are you sending somebody off?
Think-
There's water room over here.
Yeah, it was over the year.
Okay, so you send somebody. Who's going? Who are you sending?
I can
I'll
go.
Victor will go. Who has water breathing?
Evie, Victor, and Edmont are all going by different routes.
can
Even
go.
look at that. And yeah, when you come through the Dullahan room and pull the curtain, you can see the hawk.
Okay, cool.
So now
Wow.
we have to deal with the larger and smaller room.
And we never have to go in there again. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that. We might still need the dragons for something.
Yeah, we
Might
might need to
still
do
need to
something
deal
there,
with
but we don't need to do that for transportation. How
So-
far through the water is it? Like, can I hold my breath, or
You have no idea. You can't
well, I
see
can
the
see
back
the
view.
hawk though? You said.
You can see the hawk outside of the room here. But looking into the room, you're looking through murky water.
Okay.
So, do we want to continue this, or do we want to go check out the art room?
We've
Well,
pretty
this
much
is where we're going to call it for the night. I feel you guys accomplished a lot in that awesome Dragon Fairy room. You murdered 4 of them. I've learned my lesson a long time ago to not put friendly NPC monsters in dungeons because they're just going to get murdered. 100% of the time. Kentucky Fried Dragon.
Okay, so we did not murder the doll.
Did you bury her alive?
That's because you designed the encounter to that be what was required.
Are you blaming me for that? That seems
Yes!
that seems uncharitable. For 4 mirror hags that you guys took down tonight, everybody gets 1,533 experience. 1533. And when we come back, we're going to play around with this water room, it looks like.
No experience for the pseudo dragons.
No. They didn't even have stat blocks. Just if you had been tiny creature, then we could talk.
Should have made the pseudo dragons worth -1 EXP each.
So have we felt that we've learned anything?
No.
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 Well, Genie's got a key, so that can't be all
Yeah.
bad.
Well, this key
Yeah.
opened this door. We know where the key goes, right? And I'm
Evie
pretty
has
sure
a ruby that makes her feel angry.
I'm pretty sure. So, like,
That might be the key to Evie's story. You're right about that.
my working theory is we're looking for objects that might like anchor us to
To our lives.
where we came from. Like something that has like significance to our lives and the world to get out of here. Possibly. I don't know like what that would be. It's obviously not. I don't think it's like a physical. I don't think it's ever going to actually be an actual legitimate key.
That would be a little boring.
All right. When we pick it up next week, we will play around with the water room and then see what more trouble you guys can get into. Just so you know, though. Like.
There's still plenty to do.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for playing. I'll see y'all next
Yep.
Sunday.
Later, friends.
All right, Treble, I'm going to read the README for this. Oh, sorry, are we clear?